Hello everybody, this is your captain speaking and welcome back to Captain's Kitchen. How are you doing today? Are you ready to cook some stuff up? Today we are going to be making some chicken curry rice. And this recipe is going to be a bit interesting. Curry is very similar to stew in that as long as you have the basic curry base, you can basically toss whatever you want in the pot and it's still going to be curry, okay? So I am going to be working off of a recipe, but I've also chosen to omit some ingredients that I'm personally not a fan of. For example, I'll be using half an onion instead of 2 because I don't hate myself. Additionally, when you're making Japanese style curry rice, you usually would use a curry roux base that you can buy at a store, but because that's not how we operate on Captain's Kitchen, I'm going to be making my own curry roux, which I'm very excited about. Let's just jump right into it. We have a ton of ingredients to go over. Chicken is first, vegetable oil, flour, onion, garlic, apple, potato, chicken broth, curry powder, and garam masala. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Kosher salt, honey, cayenne pepper, black pepper, and unsalted butter. We're gonna get to work combining this stuff, starting with cleaning up that chicken because it has a little bit of fat on it. And we're gonna just slice it right off like an animal, like a monster. Also, we need rice. I was not gonna mention it because it's kind of a given, but we need rice, and I have my Instant Pot back here that we're gonna make the rice with, and I'm gonna start that right now. And I think it'll probably be ready before I need it, but I'm not gonna start it right now. I'll start it later. Knife! We are using boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I don't think I've ever cooked with chicken thighs before. That probably makes me sound like I don't cook that much, but it's just that I usually use chicken breast. It's all slimy and gross. That's the real truth. It's like unfolding. It's like origami chicken. It was like all nice and compact, and now it's unfolding in my hands, and it's gross. I mean, I can probably just kind of like yank some of it off. Yeah, it's gonna come right off for the most part. How's everybody been doing? What y'all been up to? I just feel like anybody who like knows what they're doing is watching me like not use this knife properly and probably really judging me. And here's what I'm gonna say. If you're such a big man, then why don't you come and fight me? I've got a knife. I'm gonna cut my fingers off for fun and then I'll add it to the curry because you can put anything in curry. You can add human fingers if you want. Does it count as cannibalism if I'm eating my own fingers? Or is it self-care? Because I'm taking care of myself with myself. That's a question for the philosophers in the room. Let me know in the comments down below whether or not you think eating yourself would be considered cannibalism or self-care. This is Captain's Kitchen, okay? We dive into the sensitive subjects where other shows might not get into. I feel like I always just somehow find a way to make it weird when I'm cutting chicken. Like I can't just cut chicken normally. I always have to have an experience with it. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I don't think about the fact that the camera's rolling and I just start doing dumb shit. And then I remember that editing me is too mean to myself to cut it out. Yeah, fuck you! Okay, that's chicken. Look at it. That's chicken, guys. We made some chicken. Uh-oh. Now we gotta do the rest of the thing. So the next step, we're gonna salt and pepperize this chick. Don't know why I do so many meat recipes when I hate touching raw meat. Probably because I also don't like vegetables. Okay, this is gonna just like hang out for a sec and just chill. It's gonna do its own thing, and I'm gonna do my own thing, and we're gonna be cool bros. That's my strange way of saying I'm going to set it aside while I do a couple other things. Knife. Where's the knife? This knife too long. This knife too short. I'm gonna do one of these. This knife is not super sharp, oh, there we go. Just gotta get it started. All right, so the recipe wanted me to have the onion be pretty like large chunks. I'm gonna not do that. I'm instead going to cube it into pretty small baby boys. Oh no, I don't wanna cry. I don't have anything to cry about. I'm a happy man. There's nothing to cry about. I'm cooking and I'm happy and I've got no reason to cry right now. Cause I think someone just went right in my eye. The Olympics got postponed and I was really excited about the Olympics, so I guess I'm sad about that. But it's okay, everything's fine. I'm happy! I'm not crying! I'm happy! I'm a happy man! Oh, no. I think some of it went directly into my eye because it's so bad. I don't even care about sports. I just wanted to watch the Olympics, and then diseases had to be like, hey, what's up? Saw you were pretty hyped about that Olympics thing. Mind if I just go ahead and ruin it? And then I said, I would prefer that you not ruin it, and then it did it anyway. What an unbelievable dick move. Everybody let me know in the comments what you're crying about right now. Let's have a cry session in the comments. This episode's getting emotional. To the side with you, demon beast. We're done with that nonsense. Garlic! I don't know how to peel an apple. Do I look kind of goofy peeling an apple with a potato peeler? Probably. Do I care? No. Don't judge me. I don't need judgment in my life, alright? I'm still getting over this Olympics thing. So, let me just give context here. We're gonna be like grinding? Grinding. That's not right. Grating. We're gonna be grating the apple into the curry for a little added sweetness. So it doesn't really matter what shape it is in, because it's gonna get grated and all. But we really only need that much, so now I have an entire apple to deal with. Uh-oh. It fell into the trash can. I don't know what to say. It just kind of happened. Potato. We're gonna start cooking now. FYI, guys, my GoPro's being kind of a little bitch today. So even though the GoPro was sitting there the entire time, I didn't pick up any of that. All right, we're gonna toss 1.5 tablespoons of oil into a little pot, and then we're gonna start putting all this junk in there. Not all at once, so it's probably not ideal that I have all of it on the same cutting board, but it's too late to stop me. I'm doing it. All right, onions are gonna go in first, and we're gonna saute them until they become translucent. And I don't really know the definition of saute, so I'm gonna take a guess. Gross, 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 gross. Big gross. I kind of find it hard to believe the original recipe wanted me to have 4 times as much onion as that, because that feels like way too much. I'm gonna start getting the rice pot ready. I'm still not quite gonna like actually do the rice thing, but I'm at least gonna get the rice like ready to go. It's starting to smell very oniony in here, and it's starting to make a noise as though it is cooking in some fashion. I'm also not 100% sure this pot's gonna be large enough, because this is kind of more food than I was expecting, but when do I ever think ahead? It was your fault for thinking I would. A good number of them are looking translucent now, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the garlic and the meat, and we're just gonna hope for the best. Garlic. In comes the meat looking nice and epic. We're cooking the chicken until it changes color, and from there we're gonna start adding the chicken broth and the potatoes, and then we'll do the curry roux. And it's kind of a lot of waiting, and I wasn't prepared for that. I should have brought a board game. We could play a board game together, but I didn't think ahead far enough, so we just both gotta sit here and wait. Raw potatoes pretty gross, right? Yeah. I don't super know like all the differences between like Thai or Indian curry and like Japanese curry rice, which is what we're making, but I know it's supposed to be sweeter and a little more savory, so that's why we have like the big chunks of meat, and we're gonna be using apple and honey to give it that sweeter flavor. This potato is like a puzzle. I can kind of like take little pieces of potato and like try to like reassemble its original shape. Okay, so that's like a bottom part. I think this is attached. This is definitely attached. I think this is part of this shape. I wish I had the GoPro over here so you could see me doing this puzzle, but it's gotta focus on whatever's going on over there that I'm not paying attention to. So then you're gonna have to go in here somewhere. That's it, that's the one, that's the spot. Reassembled potato. You don't see that on any other cooking show. Step up, Ramsay. I'm giving the people what they want. Let me just bring the GoPro over here for a second because this is clearly more important than whatever's going on over there. Check it out, guys. Like, okay, there's a little like shifty pieces here and there, but for the most part, like it's perfectly reassembled potato time. Oh, my GoPro died. The GoPro's being goofy again, so unfortunately I can't show you this, but I'm gonna add the chicken stock now, let it get to boiling, and then add the potatoes. What does chicken stock taste like on its own? Like salt water with a tinge of chicken. Okay, GoPro's back on. That's what you're seeing right there. Chicken stock with all the things in it. And I'll stir it a little bit and you'll see all the things are still in there. No tricks up my sleeve. It's all still there. I didn't remove anything. Oh, I'm sorry. I actually lied. We're not adding the potatoes next. We're gonna be grating the apple into there. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start the rice now, just so I don't have to concern myself with it later. I think I unplugged my Instant Pot. I sure did. Ooh, what's curry powder taste like? I got like nothing out of that. Whoa. There's a reason that we use spices pretty conservatively when we cook. So far I've tasted a lot of the raw ingredients just for funsies. I want to understand what's going into my food. If I don't understand the individual flavors, how am I supposed to understand the overall flavor? I'm supposed to skim the top of the chicken broth for all the fat that rises to the surface, but I forgot to buy a skimmer. So I'm gonna try my friend. Do you mind? I'm gonna try my friend's method of using a paper towel to soak it up. And if we end up with paper towel curry, so be it. It worked pretty well. I got some stuff. Then we're gonna grate the apple in there for a little bit of sweetness. I think I'm using the wrong side, yep. Somehow I don't think any of this apple's actually going in there because it's all just kind of grouping up there, but it's okay because I have a solution for that. Brute force. Okay, now we are going to allow that to simmer for, I believe, 20 minutes. I guess I'll see you in 20 minutes. I would say that I'm gonna clean up, but I'm not going to because I still need some of this and I'm lazy. And I'm just gonna go sit on the couch and I'll get up and I'll look at it every now and then. And then 20 minutes from now, I'll turn back on the camera and I'll say hello. And it'll be pretty cool. Hey, it's me again. I didn't plan a transition again. Just gonna drizzle in a little bit of that good stuff. The honey is by far the best of the raw ingredients I tasted today. All right, potatoes are going in next, and then it's gonna simmer for 15 more minutes while I prepare the curry roux. You hate to see the potato puzzle go, but oh God. Broth just shot everywhere. Okay, oh, by the way, the rice finished. I didn't say anything, but the rice finished, so it's just sitting there now. It's that you can, like, there's actually rice, and I didn't pick up very much. But the rice is done, and now it's falling everywhere. No, good rice too. All right, we gotta let the butter melt completely, and then we're gonna add the flour. I'm not sure how much flour we need, but once the flour is combined with the butter, then all this garbage goes in there, and it's gonna make a thing that tastes good, theoretically speaking. See, there's still honey packed in there a little bit, so it's sticking there a little bit. And number 4 for the roux. Come on, good boy. I've got Voices by Cheap Trick stuck in my head now, thanks to doing that transition, which wasn't really a transition at all. All right, so we're gonna combine these together. Seems really thick right now. Maybe if it heats up a bit, it'll thicken down. I used the right proportion, I just double checked, but it feels really, really thick. Maybe I can add some more butter. I don't want to like jump to conclusions here, but this just feels wrong. I'm going for it, and you can't stop me. I'm taking the risk because I feel like this is bad. Just 1 extra tablespoon of butter. I don't think that's gonna ruin it, so we're good. I'm gonna dust like a little bit of extra flour in there. I gotta find like the right consistency, or this is gonna feel wrong to me. Okay, that looks perfect. That looks like exactly the consistency that I'm looking for. I'm scared I did it wrong. I don't want to do it wrong. I don't feel like it's going to be ruined, but it won't be perfect. And it has to be perfect, or else I'll get bad comments and dislikes on my video. But you guys would never do that to me. You're probably liking the video right now, aren't you? I know you're good people. You're liking the video right in the second, maybe. Hit and subscribe if you haven't already. Because you're a good person, and I know you do good things for me. Alright, so we only need 1 full tablespoon of these 2 bad mamas, and only a 1/4 tablespoon of this little cayenne pepper boy. So let's get into it. How did I get curry powder on the table just from opening this? And dump that in there. Garam masala. It's turning very dark now. That's the kind of color I was expecting from curry. I'm actually a little worried it's not going to be spicy enough. That's hardly any cayenne. But I'm not going to question it because I'm really sensitive to spice, and if it ends up being too spicy because I was like, I'm going to put a little more in there, then that's going to be an oof. We're going to add in some of our stock. That was loud. To mix in with the roux before we add it to the rest. Oh, there's so much like things splashing around and making a mess in my kitchen. It's a lot thicker than I was expecting, but I think that's kind of the point. Curry rice is supposed to be pretty thick. And lastly, we introduce the two to create curry. Oh yeah, that's darkening right up. That's more like what the kind of color I was expecting. Okay. I'll be honest with you, I am a bit nervous about this. Oh my god! Some of the dishes in my sink just shifted and it made a super loud sound that really, really scared me. I am a little bit nervous about this. I'm kind of worried it didn't turn out right because like there were a couple of complications along the way, and you know, I don't think it's supposed to be quite this thin. I think it's supposed to be thicker, but we're not gonna know until we try it. So let's go ahead and try it. You gotta get a little bit of rice and a little bit of the other crap. That's the way to do it. I don't think I got a single potato in here. That's incredible. Here, I gotta get a potato in here. It's not bad, but I've had better curry. Which, like, I am an amateur cook, so that shouldn't be too surprising, but I'm a little disappointed in myself. This is probably a result of my decision to remove so many things and not add anything else. I probably should have added some extra stuff to make up for the stuff I was removing, but it is a bit bland. I don't taste the sweet all that much, which I'm finding surprising because I added a lot of apple and honey. Actually, on further bites, this is somehow getting better. I don't know why. But still, ultimately, I have had better. But you know, not a failure. I give this like a... If 10 is like beef Wellington and 0 is like gingerbread mistake, I'd put this at a 7 out of 10. This sounds weird. It almost sounds like I'm trying to like save face or something, but it's somehow getting better the more I eat it, and I don't know why. It's very filling. I ate like a pretty small plate, and I'm like full, and I was hungry. Why is it tasting better the more I eat? I don't understand what's happening. I give this a passing grade. What would be a great dish to make with the family, because there's so many little things to prepare, if you have one of those. I live alone with Luna, so, you know, I could get her help, but then my food would have a lot of fur in it. But thank you for joining me on another episode of Captain's Kitchen. I deeply appreciate your time spent today. I hope you'll join me on the next one, and I hope you're doing well and keeping safe. I love you. Have a great day.
This is my cat, Luna. And I just want you to know that if you don't buy merch, she might not get fed. Because I might not be able to afford it. Wouldn't that be sad, Luna? Okay. You can just stick around for the merch advertisement. That's fine.